Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your February 28th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. They provide risk management programs to livestock producers all across the West. Whether you are concerned about price or weather risk, AgRisk Advisors, they are here to help. With current day market fluctuations, there is nothing more important than locking in a price floor on your cattle. So if you'd like to learn more about an LRP, go ahead and reach out to an advisor today. Also sponsored by American Beef Producer Magazine. They offer in-depth articles on a wide variety of topics within our industry. They feature award-winning photography and so much more within their publication. American Beef Producer Magazine, guiding beef producers for over 25 years. And finally, Branded Buzzworm Apparel. They can put your ranch logo or brand on just about anything, from hoodies to hats to engraved mugs, anything, you name it, they can put it on it. Go ahead and click on the Branded Buzzworm link above in the caption. That will take you over to their Facebook where you can learn more about what they do. You can send them a message with all your questions, or if you'd like, you can just head over to their website, brandedbuzzworm.com. According to Ag Week, during NCBA's convention, Don Schiefelbein, a central Minnesota native, was elected president of the cattle organization. Schiefelbein and his family operate Schiefelbein Farms, a diversified farming operation. He is a seed stock producer and also a cattle feeder, and their operation is located near Kimball, Minnesota. Before Schiefelbein returned to the family farm, he served as the executive director of the American Gelbvieh Association and previously worked for the North American Limousine Association after graduating from Texas A&M University. Schiefelbein has held various positions within the cattle industry, including chair of the Beef Industry Long-Range Planning Committee. He has been involved with the American Angus Association, serving on committees and also on the board of directors, and he is also the past president of the Minnesota Cattlemen's Association. He is a past president of the Minnesota Cattlemen's Association. As NCBA's president, Schiefelbein plans to continue to bring people together for the benefit of the industry. He is serious about helping lead NCBA's fight for policies and a business climate that supports cattle producers. Some priorities that Schiefelbein plans to tackle while he is president over the next year. He plans to ensure NCBA's members' voices are heard as the organization continues to grow. He plans on uniting NCBA's membership and making sure NCBA is at the forefront of issues that impact the cattle industry to protect producers' interests. And finally, he plans to continue the organization's focus on producer profitability and build upon the work in the sustainability space to create opportunities for members and their ability to pass on their operations to the next generation. The rest of the 2022 NCBA officer team are as follows. Todd Wilkinson up in South Dakota, he is now the president-elect of NCBA. Mark Eisel of Wyoming, he is the vice president. Buck Wehrbein of Nebraska, he is chair of NCBA Policy Division. Gene Copenhaver of Virginia, he is policy vice chair. Brad Hastings of Texas, he is chair of the NCBA Federation Division. And Clark Price of North Dakota, he is vice chair of the NCBA Federation Division. Meeting Place has reported that according to an analysis in the Daily Livestock Report, Russia's invasion of Ukraine should have a minimal impact on global meat trade, but volatility in the grain and oil markets will most likely affect U.S. livestock producers. As we all watched last week, oil prices surged and soybeans reached a 10-year high when Russian forces they moved into Ukraine on Thursday. Both Russia and Ukraine are major contributors to global oil and grain trade, as we all know, and they are also major suppliers of fertilizers. High feed and energy costs will negatively impact livestock producers, and in turn, this is bad for U.S. meat protein consumers. But the good news, some good news, Russia is no longer a major buyer of protein in the world market. In 2021, the country was a net exporter of pork after increasing its domestic production by 86% over the last 2 years. Russia still imports beef, but volume is down 67% from 2010, and they mainly import from Belarus and Paraguay. The analysis concluded by identifying inflation as a bigger risk to U.S. domestic and export demand. High-priced proteins such as beef face more downside risk than pork or chicken. Meeting Places also reported that last Thursday, Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack announced the USDA is making available another $215 million in grants and other support to fund projects that will expand the meat and poultry processing sector. These funds aim to strengthen our food supply chain and create jobs in rural areas. $150 million will be available in grants to fund startup and expansion activities in the meat and poultry processing sector. USDA is offering grants of up to $25 million each to expand processing capacity through construction, expansion, or existing facilities and acquisition of equipment. With worker shortages persisting, USDA's National Institute of Food and Ag will provide another $40 million for workforce development and training. The Agricultural Marketing Service, also known as AMS, they will provide $25 million to offer technical assistance to grant applicants and others seeking resources related to meat and poultry processing. These funds are just the beginning, as the USDA anticipates another $500 million in grants and loans will be rolled out this summer. Finally, Drovers has reported that cash-fed cattle traded steady to mostly $1 higher last week, despite the volatility created by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Last week's slaughter totaled 647,000 head compared to 664,568 head the same week a year ago. Total year-to-date slaughter as of Friday was 5.143 million head, 0.4% lower than last year. Both select and boxed beef prices were down on the week. Choice ended the week at $258.27, per hundredweight, which was down $7.58 from the Friday before. And select box beef ended the week at $255.41 per hundredweight, down $7.22 from the Friday before. Cattle on Feed report was released on Friday, and as of February 1, cattle on feed is up 0.8% compared to last year at 12.2 million head. This is the highest February 1 inventory since the series began back in 1996. Placements in January totaled 1.999 million head, 1.2% lower than 2021, and marketings of fed cattle during January totaled 1.77 million head, down 3% from what we saw last January. That is all I have for you guys for news this morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful weather. Obviously, last week, my last update was Thursday morning, so I just have to take a moment and say that my thoughts and prayers are with the Ukrainian people, with that situation over there. What we are seeing with Russia invading Ukraine, that is what happens when America becomes weak. When we have a weak administration, basically what is unfolding over there and what we will see, I believe, in the coming weeks is because America has gotten soft, because our leaders, they have not focused on what should be focused on. And there is no need to point fingers at this point, but I just hope this is a lesson learned going forward. And I hope Biden and other leaders in our world step up to the plate and put some real sanctions on Putin to hopefully slow down his terror. It is unreal what they are doing to Ukraine, the Ukrainian people. They are putting up one heck of a fight, but my gosh, again, my prayers are with them. That is all I have for you guys this morning. You guys have a great Monday. I'll catch you later.